Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and in front of me is one of my favourite locks to look at and one of my most hateful locks to pick. I really hate this thing in terms of picking. Now it says it's a hardened shackle and it looks really meaty, doesn't it? It looks like it's about 12 mils. It's not hardened steel, and the body is, I believe, cast zinc. But my goodness, is it not a beautiful looking lock with its jaguar on the front and all of the lacquer and the patination on it. It's called a pagoda lock because if you look here, the key looks like a pagoda. Now, why does it look like that? Well, the tip is where it tensions, although I believe it actually tensions all the way up. Then cuts 1, 2, and 3 are just depth sets for a stack of discs, which are obviously hollow like circles, so they stack on top. So this literally pushes on a spring. I don't know whether I can show you inside there. Can you see? So you can see maybe these discs. Where's me Picology pick, which actually was a key, a broken key extractor. And if I push on these, you'll see they're sprung. Look there, that one, this one, and this one. Now, interestingly, these sort of stacked discs can flip in the lock, and that can jam it. And you can also see that there is a guide here. Can you see there's a metal bit of what looks like warding? If I push a disc down, can you see that there's also a little bit of warding on that disc as well? And what that's doing is it provides a guide, and that guide is what goes down this channel here. So if you think about those discs, and discs have a little bit of warding sticking out, that warding guides the disc down the key as it's pushed. Otherwise it will sort of flip in the lock. And I actually filmed the intro to this video after I picked the lock, because I found the lock so hard to pick. I actually filmed the picking first and then did the intro. So I can tell you that you'll see in here one of these discs flip over, and me having to sort of it looks like it's picked, but one of the discs hasn't been set properly, so I have to turn the tension back and then poke at the disc till it flips around, and then do all sorts of little tricks. But yeah, other people on YouTube seem to find this very easy lock to pick. I find it less so. It's probably a skill thing. And if I just increase the resolution, the contrast on here, you can see just here, can you see the springs there? So if I push, you can see the springs contract as well. So the idea is you'll apply tension to the lock, usually using a pry bar like this, and then you push the discs either side to try to stop them flipping to the right depth, and you'll see the core turn ever so slightly when they do hit the gate, and then hopefully you can pick the lock. However, it's, like I said, not too easy. I do go on to tell you later on in the video about a special pick tool, which so a pick tool, tension tool, which I use. And that is this. I'll talk about it later on in the video as well, but this is actually commercially available, weirdly, in some strange pack of Z-wrenches, which you can get from all sorts of Chinese emporiums. And this one, there's lots of questions about what is it, what does it do, why is this in the kit? And actually, I've used it to go down and tension at the bottom of the lock, which can sometimes work too. I won't in this video, but I've cut it so that it matches the tip. Again, I'll talk about that later, and you'll see me use it. So hopefully, yeah, just file down a groove here and here. Okay, so enough about me waffling on. This is the Mindy Pagoda lock. Beautiful lock. I hate picking it. Please enjoy the picking, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so I hate picking this lock. I find it really difficult. Everybody else on YouTube seems to make it look real easy. Clearly, I don't have the skill or the knack, or both. hard to tell if that's actually picked or not. It can need a lot of tension putting on it. I do have another little tool which sometimes can work. No, it looks like there's a wafer's been flipped in there. There we go. Let's try that. Yeah, we're open, I think. No, turn it back a bit more. Sometimes these wafers actually flip round in there. I can actually see it as well. It's taunting me. Add a bit of tension to it and see if I can. I think that'll be the bottom wafer, don't you? And we're open. There we go. Oh, I really hate picking that lock. What a horrible, horrible lock to pick. Now, you'll notice that I use this tool. And this is an interesting one because this came from a Chinese tension tool kit, which had all sorts of like square Z wrenches in, good for picking multi-locks. And this is a very strange little thing that's in it. And the end was sort of square, and I just filed in a notch so that if you can see down in the keyway, you can see just in there that shape matches this shape. I find that because this is actually tensions at the tip, like that, you'll see that this replicates that tip end relatively nicely. So if I can't tension it at the top, I tend to tension it at the bottom, and it just works. But yeah, that was the surprisingly tricky. I hate picking this lock. Mindy Pagoda lock, named after the key, which looks like a pagoda. Picked finally on camera. Man, I really hate this lock. Actually, I love the lock, but you know, I hate picking it. It's just such a pain. There we go. All good. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.